Cuban dicks are the best.
Disagree hard.
And my eyes are open, more open. Even I'm Chinese because he's so welcome. Like, who is f***ing me? Nobody.
I'm too busy to be fucked.
Yeah, but I'm not busy. I'm like, my legs open. Nobody want to come near me. But then I don't feel very bad because she has to look at herself in the mirror, every morning. Be like, oh, I'm ugly.
Well, and also...
I've been doing this for 3 years. You've been doing this for 20 years. You're on the same line with me. You should die.
Life is hard. Life is tough. And if you don't start laughing at the things you find impossible to laugh at, all you're going to do is go down the tube even quicker.
It's like one guy asked a girl, is your pussy wet? Either it's wet or it's dry. When it's wet, come inside. If it's dry, uh-oh.
When you operate like that, when a man operates like that, it's matter of fact.
Sleek, cool.
Sleek and cool and strong. And when we do it, it's immediate.
Well,
You think you're better. You think you're whatever.
I do. I think I'm better. I
yeah.
do. I giggle when I sleep. My tight and my teeth are pretty nice for a Chinese lady. Sometimes my father never talks to me because he's drunk, but I send him money. I love him. Well, he doesn't hit me.
Size though, because this would definitely give me a yeast infection.
I hate going to the gym and I can't stand being set up.
It feels like I just had a one-night stand and I'm like, where's his bed sheet? Oh god.
Hi, I'm so happy to have you. I'm so happy to finally meet you.
Brittany, my speech coach tried to make sure I pronounce everything right. So this podcast will be me practicing better English.
Oh, really? Through me?
Yes.
Through the podcast? I love it. Okay, perfect. You could actually improve my English because I'm not that great at it either.
I think you are pretty good. But you're from Florida, so.
Yeah, so it's quite... That's true. Wow. And I did go to school in Florida too, so it's questionable.
Damn.
Yeah, but I'm from Miami. Miami's not Florida.
Yeah, it's
different.
Gay.
Exactly. It's gay. It's
Cuban.
naked. It's Cuban. It's drugged. It's drunk.
Cuban dicks are the best.
Disagree hard. Big time disagree. You've had good Cuban dick?
Oh yeah.
Every Cuban guy I've slept with is...
It's half. Mine is half Cuban, so maybe that helps.
The current guy?
No, he's
Cuban?
gone. He's gone.
He's gone. Okay, so the half Cuban part is the part that you missed, but the other, what? He was half Cuban and half what?
White.
Oh, okay. So he was like George Bush and Ron DeSantis. No, I'm kidding. I hate Cuban dick. Out of all, I've slept with a lot of Latino men. I've had a lot of Latino men inside me, like a nightclub in Miami. And Cuban is my least. I have a bit in my act that's inspired by a Cuban man I used to have sex with. And I basically talk about how I love having vibrators because you can control the rhythm. And with Cuban men, you can't. I talk about it, and it's inspired by a Cuban guy that I was sleeping with for 2 years.
I see.
Yeah, but you enjoy Cuban dick, so that's fine.
And that means he's half Cuban, so
That might be why.
it's not a pure red flag. It's a half a red flag.
I can't believe that the half white part of him is the part that was the good sex.
I don't know. I think the half Cuban, half white is just kind of like an interesting mixture, right?
It definitely is.
Yeah, it's interesting. He's a communist,
He
but also
probably
Democrat.
he was a Democrat. And he was half Cuban and half white. I thought
I
he
think
would.
he's a Democrat. He lives in Los Angeles.
Oh, he's a Democrat.
Yeah, he is a Democrat.
If he would have stayed in Miami, then he definitely has like a Trump
Yeah,
stamp.
he's not Trumpy. He's very woke.
Oh, we love that.
Yeah, he's wokey woke.
Wokey woke. He's so awake. It's amazing.
He's like I'm like yeah. And my eyes are open, more open. Even I'm Chinese because he's so woke. I'm like,
He
okay.
woke you up.
Yeah, keep talking, baby.
Yeah, like you could be
Yeah.
around somebody who has
That's the best
narcolepsy.
dick ever.
and
That's the best dick I ever had.
No,
I'm not
way.
kidding. It is gorgeous. It is 8 inches thick, big, lasts all night, and he has a nice body.
And he knows how to use it.
Oh, he knows how to use it.
All right, maybe I got to revisit Cuban men.
I mean, half
Half, maybe not a full.
watered down Cuban.
Watered down Cuban. Okay, so are you single right now?
Yeah, I'm single as hell. Like I'm so single. I'm single. This is I saw this stupid video. It's so basic. The only D I'm taking is vitamin D. I'm not fucking anyone. I'm fucking sad.
That's funny.
It's so stupid.
That's
And I love it.
amazing. That's really funny. I'm not fucking anyone. I'm fucking depressed. That's amazing. I've been single for 5 years right now. I mean, no boyfriend in 5 years. And this has been by far the least sexually active year of my life.
I I realized that I cannot have a whole faith. I tried after my divorce. I've always been a good girl. I just very traditional. I mean, I don't judge anyone who's having fun sexually because the education they had growing up is liberating yourself. You are independent. But like for me, you are the property to a man. You know, like you have to listen to your husband, your father, your brother, any man in your life in order like to confuse them about 守妇道, like the way of a woman, a lady should behave is that we're educated to support men and that obey man is the value of being a lady. I mean, I'm obviously very westernized, but deep down, I can't cheat. First of all, I can't cheat.
You've never cheated ever?
I did. The time I cheated was a mistake because the guy was actually very good. Like he was like actually one of the best guy ever to me. But I was very young and stupid.
I've cheated one time and I don't feel bad about it because it was with my ex-boyfriend and he was incredibly abusive. And then it was New Year's Eve and we weren't together and I ran into another ex. I didn't have sex, so I didn't fully cheat, but we made out.
That's not cheating.
It's not cheating.
You're too kind.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, you can't lie.
That's so true.
Oh my
You're
God.
like, that's not cheating. Talk to me when it's anal or something.
Yeah.
Talk to me when it's something else.
You can't lie. You make it the best friend.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Carolyn can't lie either.
Who can? Carolyn?
My Carolyn, she can't lie because everything comes out.
Yeah. She's too transparent.
Yeah, she can't keep anything.
No.
Yeah.
But that's a good trait to have.
Oh, yeah.
But it can bite you in the ass sometimes too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you're too honest and or not even honesty is the issue. When you're too forward and too direct and too...
People don't like us when we're like that. I heard a lot of men tell me that I'm too intense.
That means that he can't handle you.
Even in the industry, you can ask Keida. There are people coming to Keida be like, what's the deal with Jiaoying Summers? What's wrong with her?
In what way? But what do they find that's wrong with
Keida,
you?
what it will be the thing people come to you to ask about me? Be like, what's her deal? Like, what's wrong with
you know
that
what
bitch?
it is? What they do is they question how you got to where you are. They don't
per
believe
usual, of course.
Yeah, no, but you know what's really sad about it?
Yeah.
It's mostly women.
Yeah,
that is
I'm
this.
serious,
Oh,
Keida.
I know.
Keida don't want to say that, but that's the fucking truth. And it's all women.
Yeah.
A lot of Asian female.
Oh, yeah.
Which I love. I have Asian female lead show. I love my Asian girls.
Yeah.
And to showcase my Asian girls. Most of them are, I mean, like a lot. It's very funny.
That's not surprising to me, though. It's actually very telling because I've talked about this a lot on this podcast that it makes me sad about how women attack other women and how we're not on the same team. But for you to say that like a majority of this hate and negativity is coming from other Asian women, I really think psychologically.
Not just Asian, like all women.
All women. But I think, but you know, because I think a lot of women in comedy have this idea that there needs to be, they don't realize they do, but that there's only going to be one that makes it or one that's the funniest. And I can definitely see, especially with other Asian female comedians, maybe they think like, well, I thought I was going to be the Asian female star, or I thought I was going to be the funniest one. And then they see you absolutely killing it. And then that's where I've had the same thing. I talk about this a lot on the podcast. Like, I came down from New York to Miami and I started stand-up in New York. And when I came down to Miami, within a month, a couple of the girls down there had started a rumor that I lied about my TV credits. I'm not that funny. I don't actually work that hard. I'm a bitch. And I was like you, I was like, I've booked these people. I've paid these people. I've been nice to these people. Like, what is going on? I vented to Carolyn about it a lot too.
Yeah. I think the thing is like, if you never benefit from me, you talk shit about me, it's fine. But there's a lot of people like who've been booked, played in my club, I've been supported. But all the bigger girls love me. Nikki Glazer, Margaret Cho, Christina P.
Because they're secure in their ability. And
they love me. They want to empower me. They want to lift me up. And all the girls I want to help treat me like trash. And there's a girl, I won't say her name. She has a little bad right now. But she has been one thing really crushed my heart about humanity is that I had 2 comedy clubs. in
The
Pasadena.
Hollywood- the
and
Hollywood.
Yeah, I had one in Pasadena too. And I've been booking Asian female lead show. And this girl has been on my show. Every time there's one, I make sure she's on because there's not a lot of Asian female. And then when we have Asian girls, we don't have stage time. And I've been booked her numerously. My club, my shows are the primary shows she's been on before she had a little bite in the business. And then I start hearing rumors. She's talking shit about me. Well, I'm fucking my way to where I am right now.
Oh no.
I'm like,
that's the worst.
who is fucking me?
yeah. You're like,
Nobody.
actually, I'm too busy to be fucked.
Yeah, but I'm not busy. I'm like, my legs open. Nobody want to come near me. And I don't. I'm like, who?
You're like,
who?
I'll clear my schedule.
Tell me the name.
And I'll clear my legs.
Yeah. Call him.
Yeah.
Call him.
It's like when everybody talks about Kamala Harris and they're like, ooh, she fucked her way to the top. I'm like, that's only going to make her get the Gen Z vote even quicker.
Yeah.
Like, we're all like, how cool. Go her. Yeah.
I and then the thing is like I steal jokes. I'm like I can't steal any joke. My jokes is the most risky jokes in the business. Like nobody can say my joke. I don't steal. It's about what?
Yeah.
And I don't believe it. I'm like, no, she'll never do that to me. Then I heard from 1 person, 2 person, 3 person, 4 person. Then I heard from my manager and people who's high up in the business. Like they laugh about it because I'm a good person. People who talk shit about me, it come back to me because I'm a loyal friend. They just I have to watch out for this person,
Yeah.
And then I'm like, wow, you are someone I actually helped, honey.
Yeah.
But then I don't feel very bad because she has to look at herself in the mirror, every morning, be like, oh, I'm ugly.
Well, and also
that eyebrow, Jesus.
Yeah. And also too, it's you have to also feel bad for people like that because how much insecurity are you carrying? How much jealousy are you carrying? How much to say I am moving back to New York now. I've thought of leaving Miami a lot over the last couple of years, despite the fact like when I relocated to Miami, things went really well for me. I worked really hard. I built up the comedy scene. I'm making a documentary about the Miami comedy scene. But at the same time, I've had the most hate.
When you are making things happen, when you are a ringmaker, people hate you.
Yeah.
They want a woman to beg for approval, for a spot. When you can just get there, be like, I'm giving you opportunities. I'm making changes. Things are gonna be different because mama is here.
Yeah.
They hate you for it.
Yeah, they do.
They want you to just like fucking die.
Yeah, they do. When you're self-assured and you don't give a shit, and then on top of that, you're successful. Like it's just like you literally are just asking for all of the arrows to be attacked. Yeah.
I think people think I'm very intense. Maybe because I'm always on my hypomania state because I'm bipolar. So I don't remember when people are talking shit about me. It doesn't affect me. I'm just like focusing on myself. Just keep going and going.
Yeah,
and going.
you're just locked in.
Yeah, I don't care. You can talk shit all you want.
I'll never forget. I did an event during Women's Month in Miami where I was a panelist, and it was with a bunch of badass women. And I shared my story. I'm a domestic violence survivor. That's how I started stand up. I'm very pro-choice. I'm very pro-women. Like I don't know. I guess I took up a couple minutes on this panel and I talked about my story. And then when I passed the mic to the girl next to me, she goes, "Okay, like that was a lot. She's a lot."
What?
Another woman. Yeah. And I was like so embarrassed.
No,
Yeah.
you should be like, hey, bitch.
Yeah.
There's a hole. Get under. You fucking ass dumb bitch.
Yeah. I need to start doing that, to be honest, because I've been taking, I don't know how you feel about the high road, but I was always like, I'm going to take the high road. I'm going to be the better person. I'm going to be the better person. I'm not going to tell everybody what actually happened. I don't want to be the one that gets caught talking shit. But honestly, that's exhausting after a while.
Yeah,
It
I think
really
we
is.
don't have to talk shit, but just like just in front of people. There's times this comedian who I don't know why he hate me. I never did anything to him. He look at me, he goes, "You don't even speak English. You shouldn't be on this lineup." I'm like,
Ooh.
I've been doing this for 3 years. You've been doing this for 20 years. You're on the same line with me. You should die.
Good for you.
Bam.
I see it in the face.
That's
face to
it.
face. I don't say anything behind him because
That's-
nobody knows who the fuck he is.
Yeah.
So I'm like, listen, don't fuck with me.
Yeah. I'm the exact
Don't
same.
touch me.
Yeah.
If you poke me, I'll break your finger. Don't touch me.
Yeah.
Don't talk shit to me. I don't have time for shit anymore.
Yeah.
I've been taking shit my whole fucking life. I'm from the dumpster. Nobody wanted me. I came to Kentucky. God. I went to Kentucky, 4 years in Kentucky. I came here. I'm here right now. And I deserve to be here. If you're going to tell me I don't deserve to be here, shut the fuck up.
Done. I love it. I love that.
Yeah.
You're right about being more direct. You're right. Because it's like, I mean, I even, just this past week, when I was catching up with close friends, I told them about things that other close friends have said to me that haven't sat right, or things that comedians have said to me. There's also something in our business about male comedians, but women do it too. There's something, I wish there was more HR in comedy. Cause like sometimes people say like crazy fucked up shit like that to you. And don't you feel like you're like, who do I go to like talk about this? How do I navigate this? But yeah, even just the last week I was talking to a couple friends about recent incidents and they were like, you need to do a better job about being really direct and just looking those people in the face and being like, I don't like that you just said that. That's offensive.
Yeah.
That's not okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
just say it.
Just say it. Exactly.
Nobody likes us anyway.
So listen, you could do everything right. You could play by every rule in the book. You could do everything that you think everybody wants you to do, and somebody will still find something to bring you down or that they dislike or disapprove of. So you might as well go through life and go through your career wearing what you want, saying what the fuck you want, and being who the fuck you want anyways.
Yeah. I'm tired. I'm old. I don't have time for bullshit. I really just, when somebody just are super rude, I just tell them, hey, not cute.
Not doing this.
Yeah, I'm like, you don't want to fuck with me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fuck you, but I'm going to be producing all of TV shows and movies and everything. And when I see your name, I'll be like,
Yeah.
I won't even block you. I'll be like, when it comes to me, it'll be a no.
Yeah.
And you can't afford it because you can't, because I'll be that massive.
Yeah.
And that's just, I'm just ambitious. I'm not trying to do it because I think I'm special. I work hard. I make things happen. I can go from a dumpster to America, from Kentucky to Hollywood. And I can, if you are gonna be auditioning for my show, I'll be like, nah.
Yeah.
I'll do that. But I won't tell people something wrong about you. Like a lot of people who fucked me, like my assistants or somebody who worked for me, who steal money, who do everything. When somebody want to hire them, they call me. I'll be like, it did not work out for me, but I hope, I think you should give that person a chance. I always do that. I will never be like,
I'm like that too. Yeah.
I don't want to, I know it's like one of my friend, she had an interview with one of the manager I was working with, who was very powerful, but it wasn't a good fit for me. But he does well for his other clients. And she asked me, I'm like, you know what? We were not a good fit, but he's very powerful. He's smart. And he's been very respecting the industry. And he blew up a lot of people's career. And he worked out very well for so-and-so who's blowing up, doing very well. Yeah. So if you guys had connection, I don't think you should ask about what I think. I think if you have connection, you should go for it. Yeah. And that's what I said. And I don't hold grudges. I don't care. I just it's a personal experiences. My ex always get married to somebody who makes them happy. Yeah,
100%. Yeah. I mean, I think I also love what you just said too. I like being honest about your experience. Like, you're right. Like there's going out of your way to sabotage somebody, or there's going out of your way to like intervene on a business relationship. And then there's what I think we both do, which is like, hey, if somebody brings somebody up to me and I had a negative experience, I'm not going to lie.
No.
But I'm also, again, I'll be like, listen, work with them if you'd like.
Yeah.
I hear they're in New York now. I hear they're in Miami now. I hear they're doing a show. No hard feelings. I'm never going to stand in the way of somebody else's opportunity. But when I get asked about my opinion of somebody, if I'm asked, I'm going to tell the truth.
Yeah.
If you're offended or upset after that, you asked for my opinion. You asked me what I think of this person. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like that's where I also think in our industry especially, it's so competitive and cutthroat. We do each other a disservice by not saying the truth or not saying what our experience is. Like I said, it's one thing to go out of your way to talk shit about somebody, but if you're not going out of your way and someone just asks you what your experience was with a comic or a manager or a producer, I mean, you're kind of remiss to not tell the truth, right? Like it's, you're clouding your own voice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Your mom.
Yeah.
Do you think that has helped you adjust your perspective in the sense of not giving a fuck as much? Because I have a lot of friends who have become parents, and they say that when they became a parent, their entire perspective on their life and on career and their priorities shifted so drastically that they were able to kind of detach from the bullshit a little bit more.
I think that's coming from your friend who's good moms. Like, I'm not a good mom, so I didn't really care.
Why do you say that? Why do you say you're not a good mom?
I'm a good mom.
I know you're kidding, but
yeah, it's a joke.
Yeah.
I feel like because I am so crazy, if I didn't have children, I'll be the same. If I have them, I'll be the same. And I I had my son opening for me. He's 5.
Does he really go on stage?
He's
with
very
you?
funny.
That's
he goes on
hilarious.
stage. He loves it. He lives for it. He's begging every day for. He said, "I haven't been going on stage for 2 weeks, mommy.
God.
That is gonna ruin my career." I'm like, "You don't have a career, honey."
You're like, take it from mommy, and you don't have a career. You're like, I know, and you do not have a career. That's so funny.
So I didn't change because I had children, but it made me more relentlessly with my pursuit of my career and my success that I give less fuck, as you said. I give less fuck.
Yeah.
I give less fuck. And I just felt like, you know what? This is not for me anymore. Yeah. I am setting up example. And my divorce was very, very sad. It's very bad because
How many years
I lost
ago
all
was
the
it?
money. 3 years ago.
Okay.
So it took a few years for everything to settle. I lost all the money. I had nothing but the children. And I had nowhere to go but forward. There's no plan B. I can't take my kids to live under the bridge. I have no grandparents' basement to go. So I had to make
were
it.
just left with you and your kids.
Yeah, I had to make it, or there's no other way to go. And it was great that I felt that I just have to keep pushing forward because I'm showing them what a strong woman is. My son would respect strong woman. My daughter would understand that what she can do. She does not have to suffer from a man to get abused, to be told what to do. She knows she can do whatever the fuck I'm doing and more. So I think it gave me so much power to move forward. And I had no choice.
Yeah.
I had to not just make a living for me. I had to keep my maid, keep my house, keep everything, keep the same school. Like it's not about me. I was like, I'd rather they can find me dying from exhaustion, but my son would be staying in the same school. We have the maid, we have the same car, same everything because the father is gone.
Yeah.
We want to make sure nothing else changes because the children don't need more changes in their life. With their toddlers.
Yeah, and you wanted to make sure that you were safe and in a healthy position as well too post divorce, so that you can show up for them in the way that you want. I mean, that's incredible. That's the best example ever. Like, you know, your son's gonna grow up not fearing strong women because he was raised by one, and your daughter's gonna have the perfect example of what it is to be one. I mean, it's did you start comedy around the divorce? I think I see. Or right after
my first baby, 2019, in around November 2019. So 2020, when my daughter was born, I separated from my ex.
Got it. Okay.
So it was,
Got it. So right
time.
around the same time. So all of these personal changes and relationship changes were happening right around when you started stand-up. Yeah. I started stand-up after 3 years in like a really physically abusive relationship.
I'm so sorry.
Same, but look at us. We're fucking, you know, and it's
Mine is mentally abusive.
well, I mean,
My man's a narcissist, mentally abusive, verbally abusive.
most straight men are, A, to be honest. And B, I mean, I feel like there's so much emotional and mental abuse in most relationships. And I feel like you don't notice it even until you leave. It's incredibly common, is what it is. And whenever there's physical abuse, there's always mental and emotional abuse. And whenever there's mental and emotional abuse, it's so easily a slippery slope into physical abuse. But yeah, I think going through experiences like that and kind of, I was evicted from my apartment in New York, barely any money. I had isolated my whole family and friends because I was in a really unhealthy, severely abusive situation. And then comedy kind of, I don't know, it just let me reclaim my story. It let me reclaim who I was. It was like the one thing he couldn't take from me. So I don't have kids, but that's how I feel about comedy. And I don't know if you feel the same way, like how it just...
comedy saved me.
It saved my life. I
every
say
way.
it all that time. All the time.
In every way, comedy saved me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you do any kind of comedy prior to starting stand-up or no?
No.
Okay.
It was just this random audition I did with John Singleton for Rebel. And I was just I don't know, I wasn't even trying to be funny. I didn't even know anything about stand-up comedy. When I was in college in Kentucky, I watched some Russell Peters and I thought he was fucking amazing. I had no education of the history of comedy. Of course, now I'm very well educated with everything about comedy, the history, all of them, like Mama Mabley, like all of those greatness, everything, icons. Yeah, Phyllis Diller and Toady Field. Of course, Joan Rivers is my icon.
Me too. She was my phone background.
love her.
I think it's just the
What would
unapologetic.
Joan do? WWJD is what I ask myself. Whenever
Hell
I do
yeah.
a joke, I'm like, should I do it? I'll be like, WWJD. Fucking do it!
Yeah, that's what she would say.
It's a joke, assholes!
Yeah, I just recently saw an interview that she did on CNN. It was like a year or two before she passed.
About the fur?
Yeah, the fur came up and that she walked out on the
Yeah.
CNN. I loved it. I replayed it. I'm pretty sure I almost came to it. I'm not even kidding.
I
It was
love that. Can I
fucking
do that with you?
Yeah.
Can I do that interview with you? Can I be Joan?
Yeah, you be Joan. I'll be the hoity-toity reporter.
Yeah.
Ready? She was like, okay, so Joan, a lot of people say that you're very hurtful with your comedy.
Why?
Well, you're a lot and you're not afraid to go there. There's a lot of shock value for sure. You hurt people's feelings with your comedy, Joan.
Wow, they're laughing. This is the fur coat. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, don't you think that animal rights activists don't like seeing you walk up and down a red carpet and in that fur coat?
Is your belt paper?
Oh, no, okay.
Yeah, that's somebody's
Okay.
skin. Okay, you're trying to make me feel bad. I'm gonna go. I have to go. I'm leaking dead babies. I'm leaving.
Perfect. Academy Award we need for reenacting the Joan Rivers scene. But it's so, my favorite line from that was when she ripped her earpiece out and she looked at Federica from CNN and she was like, you shouldn't interview anybody who does comedy. That's all I'm going to say. They shouldn't put you to interview anybody who does humor. But it was so infuriating for me because it was so clear that reporter was talking down to her.
Talking down and trying to accuse her of being a bad person.
Yes.
When
and a bad
her job
comedian.
is we save people's lives.
Yeah.
When I was in Arizona, this man was suicidal and he had a hard time. And because of my comedy, he lived.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and that made me cry.
Yeah.
It's just so beautiful. We save lives with our humor, with ripping our heart open. And Joan's story is all about, so much trauma. Growing up, not wanted, not being attractive, and her husband killing himself, and her daughter blame her for the father's death. And he was doing very bad investments. She lost all her money. She was fired from Fox with no money. Nothing. Nobody want to hire her because she was a widow. They're like, a widow should not be telling jokes. Like,
It's
your
so
husband just
terrible.
died. Why
Yeah.
would you talk about him?
Yeah, how could you find anything funny or find any
like
purpose
she
in your
can't even
life?
get on stage. She went through all that.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah, she really was plagued by and followed by a lot of darkness in her life. And I loved that. Like, one of her most famous quotes too was, life is hard, life is tough, and if you don't start laughing at the things you find impossible to laugh at, all you're gonna do is go down the tube even quicker. Like, I
Yeah.
love that quote.
I love that.
so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what would you but as another female comic, do you think that it takes somebody asked me one time, like, do you think you have to not necessarily be dirty, but do you think as a female comic, what do you need to be to cut through to an extent? Not saying that you need to be dirty, not saying that you necessarily need to be gross or whatever, but like, what do you think separates the female voices that really cut through from maybe ones that don't? Like, do you think you have to be more in touch with your masculine energy? Do you think you have to be louder? Do you think you have to be more unapologetic? Like, what have you found women really need to do if they're choosing this path?
I think if you are choosing this path, you have to pay the dues. You have to be undeniable. You have to be 10 times more undeniable than men. You have to be funnier than the person before you, funnier than the person after you on a lineup every single time. You have to be on the show and people came to see you. And you have to be funny. I feel like funny would be the only thing I say about. I don't know dirty or clean. Because like our friend Erica, she's pretty clean. She's funny as fuck. And then I have like a very dirty comedian friend. I mean, Nikki Glaser, she's not dirty.
Filthy,
she's fucking
but she's fucking
hilarious.
amazing. Yeah.
So I feel like it's funny is what it is. And people don't like, how do I be funny? It's simple. The audience are laughing.
Or they're
Does
not.
the belly laugh? You are funny.
Yeah.
They're not laughing. You are not funny. There's nothing else to it.
Yeah.
It's like when a guy asks a girl, is your pussy wet? Either it's wet or it's dry. When it's wet, come inside. If it's dry,
Or so when they go, did you come yet? And you're
No.
like, if you have to ask.
No.
Yeah,
so like if the audience not laughing, the pussy's dry, go back to the open mic,
Yeah.
work. If the pussy's wet, they're laughing, you're funny.
Yeah.
When you're funny, you make it. That's all I say. I don't care about no. When the audience are laughing, you're funny. I just think funny is the boundary. When you're
Yeah.
funny, you can make it. If you're not funny, I don't give a fuck. You're not funny. I that's why I have some people like, I'm an Asian female comic. I have to be on your show. I'm like, you're not funny. I don't give a fuck. You can go to my open mic. You can do it. If you're broke, you can do it for free.
Yeah.
I own that fucking place. You can. I give you 20 mic card. Go there and work.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you a spot for diversity hire.
Yeah.
It's gonna ruin your life because the society is comedy business is not gonna be nice to you
Yeah.
when you're not funny.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm not going to give you I give tough love. I'm like, no, you're not ready. If you're broke, take this. You can do it 20 times at my place for free.
Yeah, and just get the reps in and get better, and that's
Yeah.
it, and do the work. And then I think also too, there's something about comedy and the entertainment business where sometimes you also have to be honest with yourself if it's not for you. I think,
Exactly.
yeah, it's okay if it's not for you, but be self-aware enough to see that. I mean, that's why I've had so much resistance in Miami comedy as well too, because you know, it's I'm the bitch because I'm honest, or I'm like, that person's not good, or that person is. I think a lot of people also to get things because of their looks, or because they hang, or because
I
of,
don't do the hang thing. I don't have time.
I don't
I
have
have 2
time.
kids.
I fucking hate the hang.
Yeah, I can't hang. That's why people hate me. A lot of people they just like, oh, you don't even invest in the community. I'm like, I have a comedy club.
I am. Yeah, what are you
This is the
literally
biggest open
saying?
mic place in Los Angeles.
Yeah. That's what I get told. I got told in Miami, oh, she shows up, she doesn't say hi enough to people. What a kindergarten fucking complaint.
I'm
That
from New York.
I don't say hi to anybody.
Yeah, I'm from New York. You're alive. I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Let's go to work.
Yeah. You're here. Great. You're breathing. You're alive. That's
Yeah.
it. I don't say hi. I show up. I do my work and I leave. But isn't it crazy? And I do think women deal with this more than men. When you operate like that, when a man operates like that, it's matter of fact.
Sleek, cool.
Sleek and cool and strong. And when we do it, it's immediate. Cunt.
Count.
I don't like her. She's a bitch. And then once it starts with that, once you're not immediately their best friend, then immediately it starts trickling down to, you know, she's really not even that funny. She doesn't deserve what she gets. I hear she sleeps her way. It's just such a, you see and honestly, after it happens to you once, if there's any women listening in this business, after it happens to you once, I feel like you're immune to it.
Yeah.
Like once that first rumor mill that
yeah.
you make it out of, or once that first thing comes back to you, that first whatever, you're like, oh, let me guess. I'm not funny. I fucked my way to the top. I'm a bitch. I steal jokes. I'm like what? It's so, you become immune to it quickly.
Somebody like, she's not even Chinese. I'm like, okay. Her accent is fake. I'm like, my accent is fake.
They said that about you?
Yeah, that's the only thing real about me. Everything else is fake.
That's hilarious. She's not even, that's hilarious.
I know.
That's crazy.
She's pretending to be Chinese. Who want to pretend to be Chinese? We're the most hated people in America.
I got accused by a comic that I knew in New York that I was always fine with, always good with. I got accused that I was pretending to be Latina. I got accused because I partnered with a Miami-owned brand, and obviously it was a Cuban-owned brand, and they were doing limited time merch for Miami comedians. And their brand, the hashtag would say, "We are Latino." That was their hashtag, meaning these are the people that are in their family, their Miami family. And so I posted the merch line, and she commented, she was like, "I didn't know you were Latina." And I go, "Oh, I'm not." I said, "I'm Italian. I'm a second generation Italian, but I was raised in Miami, so they're very similar." I'm making a joke. And she goes, "No, they're not. You're appropriating. You're pretending to be Latina. It's so hard for our culture. You shouldn't try to, literally thought I was appropriating being Hispanic." Yeah. That I was pretending.
Wow.
And ever since, I grew up in Miami. And she goes, "I feel like ever since you moved to Miami."
You're like, no, I'm not. I have no babies.
I aborted both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Even the son.
Exactly. Yeah. I was like, I'm trying to work on it in my act a little bit. Like where I'm like, she was like, "You're pretending to be Latina." And I looked at her and I was like, "Oh, hell no." And I took my hoops out. I'm like, I'm doing a bit about it now. But isn't that crazy? That like ever since
they do that. They do whatever they can to trigger you because they know you are unshakable. They want to see you tremble a little bit.
I had somebody say that to me too. I had somebody when I
they have no power over you, so they won't just be like,
and then so they just want to get a rise out of you.
Yeah.
I had it happen in Miami one time, and it was a mistake that I had made, and I took full accountability for it. But then when I spoke to somebody who I thought was a friend, she said, everybody looks at you that like you're so made of steel. Oh, you're Brittany Brave. You're the queen of Miami. You're so made of steel. You're just so untouchable. But it sounded, I'm like, this doesn't feel like a compliment. It feels like it feels like you think this about me and you don't like it.
Oh yeah. I feel that kind of compliment. Like, oh, you're like you're like the queen. You don't hang with us. Like you just show up.
You
and
think
do
you're
your
better.
thing.
You think you're whatever.
I do. I think I'm better.
Hell
I
yeah.
do.
Yes.
I do.
So do I.
Yeah, I giggle while I sleep. My pussy tight and my tits are pretty nice for a Chinese lady. And I want the best ass in the bluegrass in Kentucky. So I'm good.
Talk about defeating the odds. You're like,
I am good, honey.
I had the
am better
best
than
ass
you.
in Kentucky.
I'm better than you, Stacey.
That's it. And would you say that that's what you like? What do you do to stay sane and stay motivated and stay positive in this business or when things like this happen? Like, what advice would you give to?
I think whenever I felt like, I think what crushed me more is being betrayed. So people who don't really know well about me say shit. I don't really care. It's somebody I actually invest in.
Yeah.
Like losing my manager. Like we parting way. It was tough for me.
Yeah.
And he didn't understand how hard it is for me to leave. If I am gonna work with you, I love you. You're my family.
Mm-hmm.
And when things start showing up that I realize you don't have my back, it's heartbroken. Like I cried over my old manager. Like I cried for 3 months. Like I felt I lost my family.
Yeah.
I'm very loyal. And Caroline and she's literally Auntie Caroline to Margot and Winnie. They love her so much. She's part of my family. And her parents love me. Her grandma has like dementia, doesn't remember things, but remembers me.
Because she remembers how important you are to her and vice versa.
So it's just she would defend me, she would fight for me, and when we were doing the Apollo, nobody believed that we can do it. They think she's too young to book the Apollo. I'm too, it's
whatever
3
it
years.
was.
I was nobody. I don't deserve to play it. We put it off. Nobody believed in us.
Hell
We put it off. It was an amazing show. I got a standing O. It was because she believed in me. I believed in her. We believed in each other, and so that's why, like in the business, it's just what crushed me more is somebody I actually love and believe and support. And when they betray me, it hurt a lot.
Yeah,
that I cry. I cry like a little bitch in private. I wouldn't do it in public, and then I would figure out what should I do to go to the next level. I think success is the best revenge.
I agree. Staying productive.
Looking
forward.
Take care of your body. Go to yoga. Sweat. Natural sweat. Don't use drugs. I'm an alcoholic, so I'm trying to stay sober.
What's your drink of choice?
I drink beer, wine, and vodka. Tequila.
Nice. I'm a martini girl.
Okay.
I like a nice vodka martini.
I mean, any alcohol I like. I just love alcohol.
At this point, I'm like, if it's witch hazel rubbing alcohol, I'll take it. No, I'm kidding.
I'll do it. I'm an alcoholic, and my alcoholism came from me being self-medicating myself with my bipolar disorder. When I'm depressed, I drink some. When I'm like a hypomania, I want to calm down, I drink some. It doesn't work, obviously.
It
it's a depressant.
Yeah.
It's a depressant, but I have the problems, I struggle, and I just really want people who ever want to listen to me. It's just like, you have to take care of your body. You have to look hot.
Yeah.
Look good. Look good is the best revenge. When I'm very, very sad, I would look very good for a show. I'll be like, okay, we have to look good.
It does help. And I tend to be, I don't like makeup. I was much more into makeup and fashion and much more image conscious, like in my 20s. I'm 33 now.
Oh my God, you're a baby. I'm 34.
Oh, really? Oh, look at us. 1990.
You're 91.
91, that's right. And we're both Aquarians. So
yes.
Here we are. Something happened recently in the last couple of years. I experienced more confidence and self-esteem personally, just being more comfortable. That's what I actually feel more confident without makeup, or I feel more comfortable in a t-shirt and jeans. But I will say, you can't deny the power of putting a fresh face of makeup on or a pair of heels. Like, I think as a woman, or for most women, not everybody, I'm not going to speak for everybody, it does help. It really, like on days when I really am not feeling it, or I feel my confidence has taken a hit, or I need to go show up at an event or a show and I'm not in the mood, it does make a difference to put a pair of lashes on, a push-up bra, and like pull myself together. I have felt better. So that is very true. And I'm really big on fitness as well too.
Yeah, I think so.
You have to sweat every day.
You have to sweat. Natural
every
sweat.
day.
The stuff has to
sweat.
come out.
Yeah.
Sodium has to come out.
Yeah. Well, that's also, I feel like, a misconception with comedians. Like, they think we don't take care of ourselves. They think we're hot messes, which to an extent I think we mentally are. In order to do this, you have to be out of
Crazy,
your fucking
stupid,
mind.
dumb.
Yeah. Like everyone
Unwanted.
my favorite and least favorite question is when they say, why did you start stand-up? I joke and I'm like, well, because nothing went according to plan, trauma. But also too, they're like, really? Like, what made you think you could do this? I'm like, I don't know. It's inexplicable. It's a beautiful
Because
sickness.
I enjoy being abused.
Truly.
I enjoy your approval.
Yeah.
I live on your approval.
Stand-up is an abusive relationship cyclically. Like if you look at the cycle of it, like it's like you will have a bad set, and you'll be like, I need to leave. This is taking a toll on me mentally, emotionally. Maybe this isn't for me. And then right as you're about to leave, you have a set where you fucking murder, and it's amazing and euphoric, and it's the best night of your life. And then you're like, oh, okay, never mind, never mind. I'll stay for another 6 months or
That
something.
made me think of one of Joan's quote. She said that you are only as good as your last set. And that really shows how relentlessly pursuing for perfection, how she crazy about she reinvented herself so many times. She's always ahead of her time.
Yeah.
And I love, that's why like when some young comedian asks me, like this, why, what happens if you have the audience that's tough audience? And no, there's not tough audience. You just sucked. That's
really it.
I don't want to say it, but like you can see a show that's very tough. There's one comedian who's still funny.
Yeah.
Be that person.
If
If it sucked, it's the audience, but also is why if you're sucking for 1 minute, why didn't you change something?
Right.
You can't just like memorize the whole thing when you're sucking.
Yeah.
It's like playing jazz.
Yeah, are you
have to
not aware up
ever-changing.
there?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, are you not feeling that the energy isn't good? That's like the bar I hold myself to as well. Like even if no two crowds are the same. That's what I think too. And I do think obviously some crowds are fucking incredible and they're so hot and they're so ready for it. And then some crowds are better than others. Some crowds are worse than others. But the second I see somebody else on the lineup crack them open and get them, then I'm like, it was possible.
Yeah.
I just didn't do it.
Yeah. For sure.
That's it. That's it. And I try to take every kill or bomb even keeled. Like if I really feel like I crushed, I'll say I had fun. That was it. And if I feel like I bombed, I'm the first person to admit. I'll be like, I ate a dick.
Yeah.
I bombed.
I
It's
totally
okay.
will say it.
I'm
always like that.
Yeah.
I never ever, even if I kill, I'll be like, this joke should have done better. I rushed my words. I hate when people suck, like they eat shit and they be like, I was great. Oh my God.
Oh, the Delulu.
I am disgust. And like, I don't want them around me. I can't be friends with those people.
I don't like the energy. I won't even touch them.
If you're gonna lie to yourself about it,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk to you. I can't.
Yeah. Well, I also am really big on, I thought this was crazy when I first started stand-up, but I had an older comic in New York tell me, if somebody bombs, he goes, when they walk off stage, if they try to fist bump me, he was like, I won't touch them. I don't want the energy. I won't do it. And I thought he was crazy, but now
Don't touch me.
I'm like, get away from me. I'm like, don't. I don't want the energy. I'm like, don't get in my orb before I go on stage. I don't even want to be like near that at all.
Yeah. No, you shouldn't be fist bumping anybody. You should go to the bathroom and cry.
Right. Exactly. And go process it.
Yeah. Probably be like, why I suck.
Yeah.
Maybe my mom's right.
Yeah. We were talking about something off camera that I want to get here now just because I'm very interested. You're single, you said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your 3 biggest red flags? Like 3 things a guy has to wear, do, say that you're like,
I think
no,
number
no.
one is inconsistency.
Yeah.
Inconsistency dries out my pussy like nothing else.
Yes.
I'd rather somebody make less effort. Everything they say, they do.
Ooh, yeah.
And gradually they make more effort. Everything they say, they do.
As opposed to starting and being so attentive and perfect in this, and then all of us the next week you
don't show up.
They don't
you
show-
cancel the
it's
date.
so annoying.
You are late, and you have to reschedule this and that. Nobody's busier than me. If I can be here, you can be there.
Yeah.
If you can't show up, bye.
Yeah. And that is one thing I know, like dating books will say if he wanted to, he would. Which I believe that for the most part. I do. I think there's some exceptions, but I do believe at the end of the day, when people want to see you,
They'll make it happen.
They make it happen.
Yeah.
They really will. They'll find, even if it's 15 minutes of their day.
Yeah.
They'll swing by your house to say hi. They'll make that phone call. They'll make it work. I believe that too.
Yeah.
Okay, so inconsistency. What else?
Second one is basically talking shit about their ex.
I say that all the time. Biggest red flag.
Because they don't take responsibilities of why things don't work out.
Yeah. And it's always a two-way street.
Yeah.
Unless it's, of course, extreme abuse. And then even still.
But all your exes, it can't be all of them should die and assholes.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah. Like one of the time I was an asshole. Like I was the asshole.
I've been the asshole.
I was young. I was stupid. Like even my ex-husband, like if I am a obedient Chinese woman who just like to spend money and stay home, we'll be married still. But that's just not me. So it turned out to be a shit show. And I'm not be like, I'm an angel. No, I just like, shit happened. It was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just every single ex is crazy.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah,
I'm like, honey.
Yeah. Yeah, like you're the problem. You're the common
shut
denominator.
up.
Yeah. And I trust somebody
Also
more.
is they don't talk to their mom, their dad, their sister, their brother, their whole family,
That's
their cousins,
concerning.
all of it. I mean, sometimes like my father never talks to me because he's drunk, but I send him money. You know, I love him. When he doesn't hit me. But like all of the family, like all of them, like I don't know, like they don't have. I don't know. It just
weird.
confused me. I'm like, what?
No, it's interesting. I'm totally with you. And I even in abusive situations, like obviously that's a lopsided, like there's never a cause for abuse. There's never a cause for anything like that, like financial, emotional, physical abuse, especially. But even with my ex, once I healed from the abuse, like, and which was absolutely wrong, never lay a hand on anybody totally. But once I healed from that, then I was able to really look at myself, right? Like I was like, okay, abuse aside, I was still a person in this relationship. What could I have done? But I'm always going to trust somebody when they say what you just said more than somebody who says, oh, I never get jealous. I'm never the problem. All my exes are crazy. I did nothing wrong. That's the biggest... How
Red
do people
flag.
not? That's the biggest red flag.
Yeah.
I'd rather somebody be like, hey, this is where I fucked up. Or if you're talking about your ex, be like, listen, I loved them. We're not on good terms right now.
But I had no boundaries.
But I had no boundaries, or it is what it is. Whatever
Yeah.
happened. That's way more palatable than somebody who, that was what my crazy ex did. He was like, this ex, that ex, this ex, that ex. She's crazy. She's unstable. She doesn't let me see the kid. It was always a story.
Yeah, always their fault.
Always their fault.
Yeah.
Totally with you. So inconsistency, I also think, yes, not having any close friends or not having any strong relationships with your family is wild.
Wild.
What do you think the third one is?
All the crazy all ex are crazy. And then the third one is like basically blame his failure in life and career on other people.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, my aunt is crazy. She controls me. That's why I don't have a career. My mom is controlling. That's why I don't have a career. That's why I can't finish college. Shut up.
Yeah.
You're a fucking loser.
Yeah. Go take control.
Do something,
of
bitch.
your own life.
Yeah, my father left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I would leave too if I had you, bitch. Dumb. Like I hate it. I'm like, oh, ugh.
I had a guy, a close friend of mine last year who was engaged, and they had a child, and individually him and his now ex also had children together. He had basically confessed feelings for me. This is a whole thing. And I was interested in him, but obviously it was complicated and, you know, it was whatever. You know, the biggest turnoff was how he was so quick to admit how miserable he was with his life. And he was, we never have sex. We're stuck together. I don't like her for this. I don't like that. I'm miserable.
He wanted you to save him.
I know. And I was like, you know, the biggest turnoff when I thought about it, and I was interested in him and I was attracted to him. The biggest turnoff was, you're a grown man. You're a father. You're engaged to somebody. You're admitting to me you hate your life and you're not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
That's the biggest.
He wanted you to single-handedly save him.
Yeah, I think he wanted me to hook up. I think he wanted us to hook up. He wanted to cheat. He wanted to let that be the big hole he poked in his whole life and then have me save him and rescue him out of it. I told my friend, I was like, I'm his escapism. Like, I think he was telling me, like, it was almost like an SOS. Like, he was like, get me out of my life, please.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was a really big turnoff that a grown, educated man like couldn't admit his own unhappiness. Just was like, oh, I'm acting like an asshole because I'm so unhappy and I'm so miserable and I feel so stuck. I'm like, that's not making my pussy any wetter.
No,
at all. I'm like,
loser.
Go change.
Yeah, loser.
This was incredible. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
You're amazing. I wanted to meet you for a really long time. We both adore Carolyn. Carolyn's in my will.
Oh yeah, she is.
the best. And I have one quick thing I want to close with. So the show is called Big Yikes, because that's what I love to say whenever I fuck up and I fall flat on my face or I embarrass myself or I'm too vulnerable or whatever. Do you have a big yikes moment? I mean, you were already incredibly open and vulnerable and hilarious, but is there something that comes to mind as a big yikes moment?
It's big yikes is like I fucked something up.
Yeah, I fucked up. I learned a lesson.
I think it's when I realized that I am basically I am very, very, very generous. Also, like I'm impulsive because I have bipolar hypomania. Very generous with people and very giving. So when somebody don't reciprocate their time or their respect or their energy, I kind of shut down. And when they come up around and I realize, no, they're just being them. You know, the way they show up. Maybe just a long conversation. You know, I would like to shower them with a gift, not physically just, but like everything. My time, my energy. If I care about someone and then I just feel like a lot of times people just use me because I'm stupid. Also, like I'm so abused by my mom. Like I'm very easy to be around because I do whatever to make you happy. Because I can't do others. I can't disappoint anyone.
And you think that comes from like
even
your
to assholes
upbringing and like.
So I treated the assholes so nice, and they just take it from me, and I don't understand why. I just keep giving. I think if I do more, they will heal. They'll be nicer to me. But then they always fuck me in the ass, not the way I want it. So I just I'm just like big yikes. I'm just like, you know what? Just have boundaries. You know, next time you do something nice to someone, they just don't show up. Just like don't appreciate you, but then they come back to you, only ask for something. Just be like, I'm busy. Sorry, I just had an abortion. I'm busy, you know.
Yeah. Keep the door closed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like everybody's always like, don't burn
it's
bridges.
about myself. You know, it's like really like I try to learn about what's wrong with me. It's like I just give everything. Like I'm hollow. Like my heart is empty.
Yeah.
So I give everything.
And you're like,
I'll give bags to my friends. Like, oh, you like this Louis Vuitton bag ticket? I just like take it. I don't care. I had it for like a year. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't. But then the next time they see me, they're just like, oh, can you do this for me? That for me? I'm like the person who's stupid. You know.
No.
Like I'm like, can you do this? No, I can't. But like, can you help me with this and that? I'm like, I'm just something you use, you know.
I totally hear you and feel you, and if I can share something with you about that, because I felt that a lot, like, and I've on a personal and professional level. I think in therapy, my therapist had told me not to change that element of my personality, and it was at a point in my life when I really wanted to shut that down. Same thing. I was like, well, I guess I'm an idiot. I guess I can't read people. I guess I'm the problem and everything. And the advice she gave me really resonated, where she was like, don't change that about yourself. Don't let unkind people make you unkind.
Yeah. Like, I love that.
And that really resonated, because she was like, I know it hurts, but you're not the kind of person that gives to receive, and you know that. And she was like, at that time, you gave because you wanted to give, and your heart and your mind and your spirit was in the right place. And she goes, I know it hurts and you feel taken advantage of, but she was like, no matter how much you try to repress it, you will give again. You will be generous again. You will trust again, because it's in your nature to want to to want to be that way. So she was like, A, you're not going to change it, and B, she was like, basically don't let fucking assholes change you. Yeah. But also to your point, 100%, setting a boundary and closing a door or locking a door is also okay.
Yeah, it's very important.
Burn the bridge. I'm all about burning the bridge.
It's very important to have boundaries.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Yeah.
Or people are like, don't burn a bridge. I'm like, I didn't set it on fire. But also, if they're the person who lit the match, I'm not going to go run and get a fire extinguisher. Like, I'm like, well, they set it on fire.
Same as love. I've been heartbroken so many times, but next time I love, I'll give it everything I have until he fucks me. I'll be like, okay, bye. But I don't love halfway.
Yeah.
I'll give you everything.
I don't do anything in my life halfway.
Yeah, I either give it all or I don't. Or I don't want to do it at all. I don't. I'm like, nah.
Same. Yeah. I love you. This is amazing.
I love you too, Brittany.
Yay, thank you. Do you want anything to plug anywhere that?
Yes, I am on tour, summerscomedy.com. That's all my tour dates. And you can find me on social media, Jiaoying Summers. JIAOYING SUMMERS.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yay.